Hi everyone, I appreciate the opportunity to be with you today. Welcome to our marketing presentation. We are from Tutorial 4, Group 4, and our tutor is Dr. Lu. First, let me briefly introduce myself. I'm Yan Tong and our group members are Tosif, Yifeng, Meijun, Hazel, and I. Today, I'm here to talk to you about our not-for-profit organization, which is World Vision Malaysia, and this is our infographic. So now, let me tell you something about the World Vision's background. World Vision is a Christian relief organization dedicated to working with children, families, and communities to overcome poverty and unfairness. Today, World Vision is helping more than 100 million people through its various development, humanitarian, and emergency relief programs. With more than 45,000 staff in 100 countries, and it is one of the largest relief organizations in the world. In World Vision, we are going to discuss segmentation basis. The first segment that I will be presenting is donors. These donors could be young adults or adults. Their age is around 25 to 50 and have a middle-high income. Their personality is helpful, which is always willing to help people who are in need by providing them intermediate or long-term needs. Besides that, World Vision's hope is that every child will enjoy life in all its fullness. Donation might help from children's education to keep them safe from harm and will have a long-term impact and lift them out of poverty. Therefore, donors are in high involvement level as they often donate funds to World Vision's donation events such as education, clean water, health and nutrition, livelihood, child protection, and so on. For example, donations in education have helped children participated in reading sessions and had helped teachers improve their teaching techniques. As a result, they have benefited from better learning environments that are safe, equipped with adequate facilities, and better resources. Apart from that, these segments are living in urban areas like city or town, such as KL, Johor, and Georgetown. Now I will pass you over to Yifeng.
My name is Ku Yifeng, and one of the segments that I'll be presenting for World Vision would be volunteer. The age for this consumer under this segment are all consumers under Generation X and Y, which are all adults with an age around 18 to 35 in rural areas, which are places such as villages. These age range are suitable to be a volunteer at World Vision as they will have to commit a minimum of 4 hours a day, and furthermore, they will have to do a variety of administrative work at the office, such as answering calls, data entries, which they might have to speak in the public, assist in setting up and clearing exhibitions. Those works mentioned above are much more suitable for consumers 18 and above as a volunteer. Besides that, volunteers in this segment should have personalities such as supportive, proactive, and participative, as there are a variety of volunteer activities that often held in World Vision, such as school engagement, 30 hours famine, fundraising events, and sponsored events, and as well as many other activities. This has volunteered their time, skills, and expertise. Not only that, volunteers in this segment will be assigned to work in teams, therefore they will have to be participative in every event held by World Vision. They are also very supportive as they frequently help all people in need and bring hope to the poor to impact their lives in the process. Apart from that, the volunteer in this segment has very high user status as they frequently interact through email and read charity updates online such as Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram to know what activities they should participate in, and also to know is there any volunteer activities going on so that they can be more participative as mentioned above, and also ensure the program runs smoothly in World Vision for a non-profit organization. Thank you.
Hi, good day to everyone. My name is Meijen and I'm going to present the third segment, which is child sponsorship. The generation for the consumer of the child sponsorship segments are under Gen X and Y. which are teenagers or adults with the age between 18 to 40 years old. Besides, the psychographic personality for a consumer of child sponsorship is generous. The consumer gives a monthly contribution of 65 ringgit per month to sponsor a child in an Asian country, and this will provide the basic necessities of life to children and families in need. The value of the consumer is to protect children in the communities we serve from violence and abuse. Apart from that, the loyalty status for the consumer is high. They ensure child and maternal health by promoting health and nutrition practices, improving health service and preventing major causes of disease. A good example will be Wang Li Hong, an American singer-songwriter, also involved in child sponsorship, sponsoring a child from Laos named Kampuova, and it was the beginning of a journey that changed a young boy's world and gave him hope of a brighter tomorrow. Furthermore, the children being sponsored are mostly from the rural area. One example is the Tila community that located about 130 km from Maseru, the capital of Lesotho. Poor soil condition and a lack of knowledge on farming methods result in malnutrition and the death of children. That's it for me. I'm going to pass it on the next person. Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. My name is Tosif Lakhani, and today my partner Hazel and I will be discussing about the pricing approaches used by World Vision Malaysia for each of the three segments. Let's begin with segment 1, which are donors. World Vision Malaysia used mission-driven pricing policy for the segment 1. The aim of this pricing policy is that the organization focus is more towards achieving the mission, achieving the goal, rather than just making profit. The prior research has also stated that most of the time this pricing policy is either used by non-government organization, non-for-profit organization, or government entities whose sole reason is to serve the community and the society in a selfless manner. Now I will be presenting some of the evidence that aligns with the definition I have provided for the mission-driven pricing policy. As per the official website, World Vision Malaysia has pledged not to use more than 20% of the total fund raised in the overhead cost. In 2020, they have fulfilled the pledge they have taken, and they only used 13.9% of the total fund raised for overhead cost. These costs include like paying of salary, paying of rent premises, any other expenses incurred for the premises, as well as the cost incurred for executing the fundraising events such as a 30-hour famine event, and the remaining amount, which is 86.1%, was used for community development, local charities, as well as the emergency relief.
Hi, I'm Hazel. The second segment is volunteers. The approach used for the volunteer is benefit cost approach, where the volunteers will be contributing their time, skills, or expertise. They can choose to contribute their time, skills, expertise at the office, booth, or events. If they choose to volunteer in the office, they can do administrative work and must be willing to commit minimum of 4 hours a day or as per requested. As for volunteering at the event or booth, they can contribute certain skills such as photography and videography at the day of the event and must be willing to commit at least one shift per day to each event. In return, the volunteers gain certain benefits, such as meeting new people and building social networks that enhance their social capital. Next, volunteers receive benefits from training and acquire new skills through volunteering, which can enhance their human capital. The last benefit would be they offer their helping hand to those who are in need and doing a good deed. In exchange, they experience happiness through their time in volunteering.
Lastly, we're talking about the pricing approach used for the last segment, which is child sponsorship. World Vision Malaysia uses transparent pricing policy for the third segment. It is exactly what it sounds like. In transparent pricing policy, the organization needs to provide all the information to the sponsor on how each penny of the sponsored money will be used in taking care of the child. This is human nature that will be trusting more and willing to pay for which we have full information about than having no information. That's why people do not mind sponsoring or donating, but they do mind paying taxes. Anyways, now I'll be providing some evidence to show how World Vision Malaysia practices transparent pricing policy. As per the official website, there are two monthly programs for the child sponsorship. One is 65 ringgit per month for Asian kid, and one is 80 ringgit per month for non-Asian kid. The money sponsored will be used to provide the child free education, livelihood, child protection, clean water, health and nutrients. Apart from this, the sponsor will be receiving regular update on the upcoming events as well as regular update on the sponsored child. Lastly, the sponsor will be able to meet his sponsored child live, but when, how and where will be depending on the organization itself. So yeah, that'll be all about the pricing approach. Now we pass to my partner Hazel to wrap up the presentation. Thank you.
In conclusion, we managed to identify three segments. The first segments are donors who are based in urban areas. They donate money which may turn into goods for the children, family, or school in need. And the pricing approach used for donors is mission-driven pricing policy. Next, for the next segment is volunteers. They are based in the rural area. They volunteer their time, skills, or expertise to help the organization. And the approach used is benefit cost approach. The last segment is child sponsorship. They are based in rural area. They provide money which will turn into basic necessity for the child's life. And for the pricing approach is transparent pricing. Thank you.